Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Echo. It's been a while since I've played this game, because I was pretty enthralled with the story, trying to main track a game as well, and also thought I was close to the end for Leo's route, but man, that kept on going. So to recap, we first did TJ's route, the links here, which ended with us with him being kind of kidnapped and brought to the lake by Flynn, the lizard guy here, or Scaly, and we thought he was gonna kill him, but then we fought and killed Flynn. Also, yeah, I guess he might have realized that we killed the other otter guy that we don't see. It's been a while since the kid that died at the lake. And then, the aftermath of something bad happening in town, and then the after thing, which is Arches. It'll be interesting to play that game eventually, maybe in a year or two, because things take a while. Then we did Leo's route, which, boy, you thought TJ's route was bad, and not bad as in like bad, but bad as in whoa bad, like Red Wedding kind of thing. Just awful stuff. Leo's route was we were attacked by two of the three town's drug-addled people. As we tried to escape, Janice was shot, and she might have been cutting up somebody in the back room. But we were kidnapped, in a way tortured, escaped, tried to... Did we try to go? Well, we tried to get out of town, I think. And stuff bad was happening in town, but actually monsters, exist. I mean, this is Echo. Ooh, just didn't think they would appear like that in front of everybody. And then Leo was a big red flag, so we had to leave him behind, but he's okay, kinda. Oh, so we're with Katsu now. And yeah, for this route, we're going for Janine? Janice? Her, basically, the fox. But anyways, before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. So let's reset my face. And start. Now, warning of lots of flashing images and stuff like that, because we're gonna fast forward. And unlike, other things, this is pretty slow. Even if you switch the things to stuff. Fast forward skips to the next choice, but skip is a very fast but it's okay amount of it. So 3, 2, 1, we come to Echo with, what is her name? Jenna and TJ. Checking out old friends and checking out the town of 80 people or something. I thought it was small, like the town I used to live in. For college, 5,000 people, but no. This is definitely an abandoned town. And it was doing a project on the history of Echo. That's why we brought the camera and stuff. And then we went to a little... what is it? Theme park? This definitely feels like it's... somebody just brought out their cell phones, I'm gonna record the audio at this little, thing. But anyways, I have a nightmare. Leo tries to impress us, but Jenna, is like, yeah, I'm top dog. And I also tell her bye. Also, she's like, hey, you gotta rip off this band-aid. You have relationship problems. Don't want it ruining the weekend. And then we go to the lake where Flynn might get a bit drunk, but he basically goes off on everybody. Especially TJ, who's like, tell the truth. Did you kill him? What happened to him? I killed him. Unless it changes between routes. Anyways, yeah, reset my face again. And go for Jenna's route. I watched Jenna's tail disappear through the sagebrush. They're headed down the same trail that I used to get to Lake Emma. TJ. TJ did seem to head off in that direction while we were fighting, though I can't imagine he'd go to the lake. I should go with him to help him find the links. I also was a little worried about Leo. It's been a long time since I've seen him that pissed. When I get there, I find Leo leaning back with his rear up against a big boulder on the shore. And sorry, I'm trying to read this. Okay, I have done a little bit of a visual novel before, but it's been a hot minute and I'm just getting over sickness and everything. Bittersweet memories flood in. That rock is almost much of a staple of my childhood as the actual lake is. It's weird like that. Every memory I have of this place is dreamy and gold-tinted, but always has a hint of sadness about it, no matter what the situation was. Jenna standing in front of Leo, her arms folded as she talks to him. Here's a thing that I'm wondering, did we ever figure out who did the scavenger hunts? Maybe it was us. Because in one of the things it's like, hey, main character, tell the truth. Which dark secret? I can't see his face, but his posture is sagging and his ears are down, looking way older than he actually is. I stand back for a while, feeling awkward about intervening at this point. Leo occasionally shakes his head, then takes his phone to look at it. I can see Jenna getting annoyed, but then she says something and Leo turns his head back to look at me. I seize up for a second, but Jenna is beckoning me with her paw while Leo isn't looking. I start stumbling over the rocks towards him as Leo looks back at his phone, and Jenna starts walking towards me. Just talk to him, he'll listen to you. No, it's your route. I look towards Leo, hunched forward, ears down, like an angry gargoyle perched on the ledge of a church. Hold on, Jenna. I turn back around to face her. I look back over my shoulder at Leo, watching his ears flick towards us. Actually, I guess for reference of how much, we have about 15 episodes before this one gets posted, or for reference when we go to the soccer match or something like that. Not a very interesting episode, I guess. I think Leo wants to be left alone. Jenna folds her arms and looks past me. You sure? I thought you could get him to calm down. I look at Jenna for a while, realizing I'd just rather talk to someone more collected, rather than a big, angry wolf. Yeah, I'm sure. Oops, wrong button. Well, alright. Should we head back then? Okay. As we started disappearing in the sagebrush, I looked back in time to catch a glimpse of Leo looking over his shoulder. I looked back down at the ground, wondering if it would have been a good idea to at least tell him that I feel like he needed time alone. I noticed Jenna looking around, her huge ears perked up wide like sails. Perked? What are you looking for? TJ. If it was up to me, I'd be leaving TJ alone as well, but Jenna always worried about him. I mean, that's the thing. I went for him the first time because I was worried and wasn't, I guess I was a little bit sure that that's probably here's where everything changes paths. I follow her through the brush in silence. Sure. Oops, sorry, he yawned. I forgot I yawn when I do this. Unsure of what to say. So, why didn't you hang back with Leo? I moved along with her for a while, thinking it over. I don't know. When he's in a bad mood, he's really only good for a fight, you know? I catch up and start walking alongside her, since I was starting to taste the dirt being kicked up by her feet. Yeah, I thought it would be a good idea to let him cool down for a bit. I sort of envy the way she's dressed right now, with her short shorts and tank top. Jeans don't really breathe well. Yes, that's why I don't like wearing jeans. You know, of the, 9 days here in Texas? Or in the South? Jeans just aren't good. I mean, they're good for, fashion and stuff, but, for having actual being comfortable? No. I finally start to see our picnic again. Carl sitting in the lawn chair, his head hanging over the back, and smoke wafting around him. Jenna stops and puts her paws on her hips, looking around. Where do you think he went? There aren't many places he could have gone. Her eyes seem to settle and follow her gaze to a clump of brush and trees next to the river. If TJ had anywhere to hide in that short amount of time that he did, that would be really the only place he could have done it. Without a word, Jenna starts in that direction. I tag along awkwardly, kind of feeling like I'm invisible to her right now. As soon as we break through the brush, we spot TJ. I watch Jenna as Jenna immediately goes to his side and sits down. TJ's ears perk, but otherwise, he doesn't look up. After a while, Jenna wraps an arm around TJ's shoulders. I see him bristle for a second, and Jenna says something to him that I don't quite catch. Finally, he leans in and hugs her, and I can hear him sniffing. I'm starting to feel like I'm intruding, and I start to back away, but Jenna sees me and jerks her head. Where are you going, Chase? Come here. TJ pulls back from Jenna and starts wiping at his eyes. Chase? Yeah. I feel like TJ would be embarrassed to have me around, and he probably is, but Jenna is pretty insistent, so I move forward to stand next to them. I was just telling TJ about the time we used to float to the river on the old inner tube. I smile and sit down next to Jenna, stretching my legs out. Sorry, I'm trying to speak, but, also I'm still sick, so every now and then my nose is like, hey, let's get filled with shit. So, be right back. It do be like that, sometimes. Set my face. And go back. Do you remember that, Chase? His voice is still strained and a little creaky, but he seems to have things under control now. Do I? I always thought it was ridiculous to use one of those things when you could just float on your own back. Sorry, we're not all living floaties, Chase. I'm not sure if I can do that anymore, float. I think I've gotten dense over time, because of muscles. Now maybe now since I haven't gone to the gym for a month because of broken hands, but still. Like as a kid you could just float on your back, but as an adult, not so much. We sat there for a while, and now it isn't as awkward. I feel like if it were just me and TJ, things would be a lot more tense. Jenna has a way of making things feel natural and easy. It's like her confidence is a shield to all my weird, awkward stupidity. I hear TJ shift and sniffle as he wipes his face again. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean... Nope, you stop right there, TJ. He does stop. It's hard not to when she has that tone like that. Flynn is an absolute dick. Never let him affect you, how you feel about things. He only thinks about himself and how he feels. Right, Chase? I feel like this is just a little bit unfair to Flynn. Yeah, he was pretty selfish. A jerk, mean, asshole, jerk face, but he did care about other people. At least, I think he does, even though he hardly ever admits it. Probably best to agree with Jen right now, though. Yeah, he's not thinking straight right now. I think coming here might have been a bad idea. That really shouldn't matter. In fact, we probably should have gone to the lake. We probably should have? Okay. What happened happened, and there's not much we can do about it. Letting it absolutely rule our lives like this, to the point of preventing us from going where we want to go, that's pretty messed up. We all went through it, and it was awful. But we stayed friends, and here we are. Maybe we should celebrate that, instead of accusing each other of bullshit. Yeah. Of course, Flint, of course. What Flint had been saying wasn't complete bullshit. I did kill him. I mean, none of us really know exactly. None of us really know exactly what happened, except TJ. Bullshit? Don't know. I mean, on TJ's route, it is bullshit. I didn't have any reason to come here, and if I had the same mindset as Flynn, I never would have. TJ glances over at Jenna. How are things with you and my family? Same as it's been for the past 5 years. I don't know. Maybe you could try? Jenna sighs deeply. Sorry, I didn't mean... No, TJ. It's fine. It's just... She seems to be thinking hard about what she's going to say. Man, things that Jenna could say about her family, I have too many bad memories about that. That family is completely broken. Like, there's no fixing it. Going back there would just mean trouble. I've learned my lesson. With Adam and Dad gone, it's just my mom and Jeremy now, anyway. Not much family to go back to. So I wonder if they're dead or if they're just, like, gone out for smokes. Okay. Has your dad not... Has anyone seen him since? As far as I know, no. But I wouldn't really care if he's back. And if he really is missing, well, Mom never filed a missing persons report, so I guess it wouldn't matter. I'm sorry. Why? You're not the one that messed it all up. Okay, so here's a theory. Another thing that's in Leo's route is the serial killer. That being, the big bear guy. Who is, like, a complete drug addict and, rapist and stuff like that. So, but, there are some people that can remember missing. One was, like, the wife of the other drug addict that kidnapped us, and several other people, all in the caves. TJ looks away, his ears down. Jenna sighs and puts an arm back around TJ's shoulders. And here I am bringing everyone down with the point... No, wait, when the point was to make you feel better. Chase, remind us something happy. I mean, I can understand being like, hey, do something happy, or think of something happy, but there's also a thing where it's like, hey, you need to let these feelings flow through. I jump, then scramble after being put on the spot. Remember when he called it Yeehaw River? I remember when you called it Yeehaw, Chase. You had a bit of a speech impediment back then. Yeah. I remember that. It was kinda cute. It's not a speech impediment. It's called a woo. It's quiet for a moment, then Jenna gives TJ a little nudge. So how's school going, TJ? It's not bad. I got accepted into the athletic program, and is really cool because they're really selective. Okay, I'll stop. I think I'm one of the 20 that they chose. Wow, that's fantastic, TJ. TJ smiles, though he's still looking at his feet. Thanks. Hey. But you got into Weston. I did. I furrow my brow at that. Hey, come on, Weston's like the stereotypical best school in the country. He looks over at me and smiles. It's great, I know. Just lots of stress. Sometimes I'd like to get a break. That was a little surprising to hear from Jenna. Usually she was so energized and had a get her done attitude about almost anything. That's why I assumed she got into Weston in the first place. Maybe you should take a break then? It's kind of up to you, isn't it? Just because I want it doesn't mean I need it. Hey, Teach, weren't you wanting to go hiking while we're here? Yeah, I know things are a bit bad right now, but it could be fun to go. Of course, TJ. I was planning to go with you anyway. Oh, cool. At that point, all of the gloomy demeanor disappears. His tail perked, and his ears raised up. Jenna looked sideways at me, meaningfully. Yeah, definitely didn't want to do that. I'm not even anything, I'm not even doing anything already. I'm sweating buckets, and looking at the shiny water longingly. I would have jumped in the water by now if TJ wasn't here. For some reason, that would seem inappropriate. Right then, I feel something pressed down hard on on my paw, which is splayed out behind me. Looking over, I see that Jenna has her paw on mine, laying on it. Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm going... Yes. Jenna lifts her paw off mine, and I gulp. It didn't really hurt, but something about her suddenly touched me like that. It's settled then. We should probably get back. We want to get a lot of rest before the hike tomorrow. You know, I could do a hike in a place like this because it's dry, probably, hopefully. It's just when it's humid, no. I don't want humidity. I mean, not much has happened, so we can keep going, and it's 20 minutes. So, where are you headed, TJ? Jenna sounds like she's in a much better mood than yesterday. We all are, really. The canyon. Echo Canyon, more specifically. You ever been? He looks at both of us with a grin. Nope. No. Me neither. His ears fall a little. What? You know the town is named after it, right? How have you not been there before? I shrug, and Jenna laughs. Because you have to walk through 3 miles of snake-infested desert to get here. Or there. That makes me bristle, because there definitely are snakes here. I can't help but scan the brush. You really shouldn't worry about that. They're more afraid of you than you are of them, and they do have a rattle. So just listen for it. I mean, you have to be careful. I do remember, and I'm a geologist, so we did go tracking around outside for a while. Stepping over a rock. Well, the person I was with stepped over a rock, and then there was a hiss of an angry snake. Jenna grins and looks straight at me. You not by at me? Yeah, you're right. The most dangerous animal we find in these paths is the blonde. I involuntary shiver works its way up my spine. Oh, a spider, I think. Jenna! TJ frowns. It's even less likely, Jenna. Great. Now that you say that, I'm going to be all uptight for the rest of the hike. For a second there, I thought she was meaning like some dumb blonde person. 'Cause it was the 90s or the 2000s, I guess. You're welcome. Alright, let's get going. We want to make it to the top by noon. A few hours in, and TJ's quite a bit ahead of us. I feel a little bit bad about it, but I think he likes it that way. Probably wants to wants to think after yesterday. Jen and I walk side by side, and she's making sure that I drink water the entire time. You should be done with that by now. She gestures at my water bottle, which is still half full. I wouldn't be able to tell how much somebody should drink, you know? Come on, I've had like 3 already. I take a sip, then almost snort water as Jenna tips up the bottom of the bottle. Hey, I made TJ a promise here. You're an otter. You need it. Stop! I cough a few times, water running down my chin and chest, even though it feels good. I wipe it away with the forearm. Jenna chuckles before we start talking again. Actually, you don't really need more water than me, or TJ, as he could tell you. The water thing is actually more of a psychological need, as opposed to a physical one. Oh yeah? I look over my wet camera bag, which definitely didn't need the water. Yeah, you know, back when there weren't really any ethics in research, they separated an otter pup from water, never allowed to swim. Buddy. That makes me pause. Technically, in this day and age, otters don't really need to swim. A trip to the supermarket gets all that done. Oh, to fish for food. But something about not being allowed to be in water, to feel the cool, isolated space that I so long to be in, happened. Depressed, disengaged, neurotic in general. Then, when they were done, they just set him loose in the world. He killed himself a few years later. Wow. Yep. I mean, ethics are in place now, of course. Not that the psychological association is any better. You probably heard about the role in the whole advanced interrogations controversy. I wonder if... Okay, it could either be mean torture or meaning like, hey, we're gonna get these college students do this thing where like some of them are prison guards and are jerks and others are prisoners. Like the waterboarding stuff? Yeah, but it really makes you realize how powerful the brain is. It's not all physical necessities. Must have been pretty awful for him that he killed himself. I can't imagine. Talking about offing oneself, though, it got me thinking about Jenna's brother. So Jenna's brother killed himself? You wanted to talk about Adam? No. Well, I sorta did, but I don't think that would be appropriate at all. I was just wondering, are you gonna go see your family sometime during the trip? We talked about it earlier, but I guess you didn't really give me an answer. Or give an answer. Jenna snorts loudly, tossing her head back. You're kidding, right? I feel my cheeks flush, knowing that I might have said something really offensive. I'm not really in tune with how things are with Jenna's family. Leo, and sometimes even Flynn, dealt with most of that. I mean, aren't you a little bit curious? Curious is the wrong word. Oh? Maybe morbidly curious. Anyway, they haven't bothered contacting me since I left, so as far as I can tell, they're not missing me. Guys, there's a giant dip over here, so watch your step, or guys, there's a giant dip over here. TJ is quite a bit ahead of us now. I don't even see him anymore, around all the boulders and brush. I pick up the pace, and Jenna follows. Well, do you miss them? She doesn't say anything for a while, which tells me she's really thinking about it. No. She says it, finally. Surprised me a little with her bluntness. At least, not my mom and dad. Not even Adam. Really? Jenna sniffs around as she grabs another water bottle out of her backpack and hands it to me. Now, is Adam the live one or the dead one? Adam. Adam, he had problems. Mom and Dad fucked him up, of course. But he took it out on me. He did some messed up stuff. I debate whether or not I should ask what exactly that messed up stuff was, but I'm way too scared what it might be. I mean, I'm always the type of person that's like, well, I want to know, but then it's also like, oh wait, I should probably move myself because I'm a bit too far that way. There we go. I mean, it wasn't really covering it up much, but, you know. But then it's like, these days I'm more of a emotionally smart person to be like, you don't jump into that. You don't ask them about that because it's private, probably. Jeremy, though. I guess I wouldn't mind seeing him again. Okay, so Jeremy's not the dead one, and I knew that one of them was Adam, and Adam was the dead one, I think. I gave her an incredulous look. See? Jeremy's the one I would have thought you wouldn't have wanted to talk to. So, yeah. Now, Clint is the one that fucked up Jeremy, but he really was a good person before then. Jeremy was, for as long as I can remember, a royal dick. I was a loyal dick. He was a nice person, but also a dick. A bully to me, TJ, and Carl. Along with Clint, he terrorized our neighborhood, or childhood. That is, until Leo showed up. I'll never forget the day Leo ran Jeremy's head into a tree and punched Clint so many times in the face, his eyes almost sold out. Of course, Leo never got in trouble because neither of their parents gave a shit. Clint? No. Clint's not the one who's like the adult drug addict. I think he's the younger drug addict that, saved us near the end of the game. Environment is really important in how you develop as a person. I think for a second. Well, you turned out alright. Environment and temperament makes us who we are. Some people can just take more. It's clear from her temperament that was a lot stronger than mine, whatever it was. If I had parents like that, I don't know how I would have survived. I take another gulp of water, and it's then that I realize how badly I need to pee. Looking off to the side, I spot a rather large boulder surrounded by sagebrush. Hey, you go ahead, I gotta take a piss. Jenna quirks her muzzle and folds her arms. Sure, you don't want me to wait up for you? I'm kidding. She turns and starts walking up the trail. Watch out for spiders. Ha ha. Sometimes Jenna's jokes were so dry that I had a hard time figuring out if she was joking or not. I dodged my way around the sagebrush and tumbleweeds towards the boulder and started to take a piss. Oh yeah, water sports. Now we're at the 30-minute mark, and that's a small bit of a scene change. But that's a problem with doing visual novels where it's like, okay, so how long is this scene gonna go? Because they're definitely long. I've done visual novels for a while. There's just so often where it'll be like, and then we get to the place at the top of it, like I move away from this boulder guts place, go, okay, that's good, and then tomorrow. Or this could be like, and then we continue on, and continue on, and continue on. And then it's like, okay, yeah. Although, while I do love January, February, March. Holy cow, I haven't played this game in over a year. Let me just look at the files, just to be sure. Click. Echo. Yeah. Whew. It has been a while. I mean, yeah, I did so many of these videos. Like, I guess I would be past the year mark when I did that. Time is time. But yeah, I guess that's gonna be the end of this Let's Play. So, comment, cuz I like comments, how much you like, dislike, tips, tricks. Otherwise, if you like my YouTube and would like to see grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos to help it grow. And please remember to spay near and will help control the pet population. And if you want to play this game, it's available for free on itch.io. But if you want to support people that make this game, and they get the newest version earlier, you can go to their Patreon, where it's $0 a month. Though I guess they do make other games, so yeah, because they do this. The Smoke Room, Glory Hound, some other one that I don't remember what it is, Arches, but I think that one's coming to an end. Yeah, there's quite a few. Ooh woo. Anyways, until next time. Another Let's Play. By me, GamerWolfSix of Echo, Jenna's Ooh Woot. I miss that train sound, so thanks and see you.